Metro Radio.
Hey, thanks, Mark. How you doing?
Yeah. There's nothing like, I think the phrase is bearing your backside in front of your guest, because I had behind closed doors ready to go, and Peter was listening while we were just having a little bit of a chit-chat before, and he said, have you got two songs playing together there? I went, no, I'm a radio professional. I mean, no, absolutely. Oh, yeah, I have. I said, but it's yours.
Yeah, we were trying to do a remix. It just didn't work, but we hope you liked the attempt.
Yeah, you're a very generous man. The shame and the embarrassment is all mine. But welcome to the Northeast. It's so lovely to see you. I said this to you off the air. You are amongst friends here. People like Peter Andre.
It's very, very kind. But that's... You know, what's happened in the last few weeks, especially going on the signings and going and meeting people, I've been blown away by the response, by the way people have been. And if anything can help you get over any bad times, it's the support of the great British public. I tell you, there is nothing like it.
Well, I mean, there is a sort of situation where, obviously, you know, without delving into details, and everybody's private life is everybody's private life, but... You know, you've put yourself out there, people have seen you, and everybody knows, people are quite media savvy these days. People know that, you know, there's Peter Andre the person, there's Peter Andre the product, as there is with anybody else. You know, there's the professional you, and there's the private you, and this, that, and the other. But through all of that, genuinely, people just seem to think, he's a nice guy.
Well, I think one thing I learnt from the first time round, because I used to tour, I mean, I'm talking 10, 12 years ago, when I was at my peak, I guess, with the music and things like that, and I was touring, I kind of not took it for granted, but you do have a bit of you put a persona on for people, and then you go home and you're a completely different person. But once I had my second chance, and that was about 5-6 years ago when I went in the jungle, it changed. I thought, you know, I do feel I'm exactly the same when I meet people as I am like at home. I'm the same person. I sort of... It can be, there's advantage to it, but there's also a disadvantage to it, because you leave yourself open, you know what I mean?
Of course.
But I love it. I love people. I love my life, you know, it's great.
Let's get some housekeeping things sorted out here. First of all, you're in the Northeast because you're signing the album at Asda, is that right?
Today at Gateshead at 1 o'clock.
Okay, but I hear you're going to try and get there early because you don't want to disappoint anybody, you know?
Yeah, well, I would like to, because of what's happened in the past. There's been a lot of people, it's been fantastic, and I want to try and meet everybody. You know, that's what we really aim to do, so I want to get there a bit early if I possibly can, and that says a lot for me, who's always late.
So this is Asda in Gateshead, and that's on the Metro Centre retail park, isn't it? Yeah,
so that should be great. So if you're in the area, guys, come and say hi, because I'd love to meet you all.
But if we miss out today, you're coming back, because the tour is coming to the Sage in Gateshead, which is a fantastic venue for you to be at. It really is.
I'm looking forward to it. We've seen it from a distance, but I've never been there. So.
No, I mean, it's something relatively new on the Gateshead side of the Tyne, and it's something that the region's very, very proud of. And the Sage has welcomed many, and a whole variety of different artists.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll tell you what, though. Last night we got here at about, I think it was about 11 o'clock or something, and I looked outside the window of the hotel room, and my manager came in and she said, have you seen such a... it's a beautiful-looking city. This is a gorgeous city. I mean, obviously I've been to Newcastle before, but I've never had the chance to really look around, and last night I saw it from a nighttime point of view, and it was stunning. All the buildings, it's very European. It looks very different to other parts of the UK that I've seen.
But I also think one of the things that, I mean, obviously, you know, I live here and I love the region to bits, but I think one of the Northeast things that the Northeast has done with regeneration, and sometimes regeneration can be a dirty word, because basically what it means is all of the heart has been ripped out and they've plastered over it. But one of the things I think that the Northeast has done, you know, in Durham, Sunderland, Newcastle, right across the region, when things have been regenerated, we've added to what we already had without destroying the soul of the city, which so many other places that you go to, and a lot of them, they can look like identikit cities. You know, you could be almost anywhere, whereas...
Yeah, I mean, Sunderland's beautiful too, I remember seeing... But there was something about last night that just... I was really surprised by, like, not the architecture, I don't know what it was. Something looked just amazing to us last night, and we thought... And it wasn't, I didn't have a drink or anything like that. It was a genuine love for the city.
So many questions to ask you, Peter. So many things that people do want to know. But I think, sort of cutting to the chase, how are you? Are you cool?
I am great. I am great in the sense that work is going fantastic, touch wood, thank you very much. And I get to see my kids. God bless that.
And how are they? Are
amazing.
They're cool
So
for
to
everything.
me, that is all I could ask for right now. And yeah, I'm getting stronger and better by the day.
I mean, you got the awards. Was it sort of Father of the Year award a few years ago? And we saw your reaction to that. And again, it was a case of all of the things that can happen to somebody who lives a lifestyle that's in the media spotlight. Of all of the things, the nice things that people say, and some are meant, and some are sincere, and some are not, and blah 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 blah. Getting that award.
Oh yeah.
And I think and the way that you described it, and the way that you were talking about what fatherhood is and what it means and those kind of things, to actually have somebody acknowledge that you are a guy who's doing his best for his kids, you genuinely seemed very touched by it.
Well, all this work that's happening now, all the work that's going to happen in the future, who's it for at the end of the day? I mean, it's all going to end up being for your kids anyway. So whatever you do now is, hopefully going to benefit your kids in the future. That's why it might benefit you initially, but it's all for them at the end anyway. So you've got to do your best to supply for them. But can I just tell you about that Father of the Year award? In my life, I've had the opportunity of winning certain awards, and most times, and I speak to my mum and dad every day, but I don't necessarily tell them everything that that's happened. Sometimes there'll be an award, and I might tell my brother, or we'll celebrate within the management. But when I won that particular award, the first people I rang was mum and dad, because they knew to me that was the ultimate award, you know what I mean? And some people may look at it a different way. To me, that is the ultimate award, because that puts you, it doesn't matter what you do for a job, it doesn't matter what you do. This is what it's all about.
Okay, thank you. Right, Mark Thorburns talking to Peter Andre, trying not to play two songs at the same time.
Good remix, though.
Move on. We'll play Behind Closed Doors in just a moment. It is Metro Radio. More music variety. Metro Radio. Peter Andre, Behind Closed Doors. Lucky to have Peter Andre with us this morning. Hello once again, Peter. Right, so 1 o'clock, just to remind people if they want to meet up with you, 1 o'clock, Asda, Metro Centre Retail Park in Gateshead. And if we miss that, on the 12th of March, you're playing at the Sage. I am the plugger's best friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you don't do this job anymore, can you come and work with us?
Absolutely. Not a worry at all.
Yes, we'll try and pay. We'll try and pay well.
Is there a decent salary in this?
Yeah. Exactly.
Everybody's smiling politely, but nobody's making any commitment. There's no paperwork. There's no paperwork coming my way. Chatting off the air about things and life that we live in, and it's a bit of a radio cliche, I suppose. Peter Andre and Behind Closed Doors. But what is Peter Andre behind closed doors? Do you get to switch off? When you shut the door, and Peter Andre is at home. What do you do? I mean, I know you were talking about your genuine love for the music industry, aside from obviously working in it, and now as you said, getting this second chance. Aside from the whole music side of things, what does Peter Andre do to kick back and chill?
I'm actually, I can switch off. I don't know how I can do it, but I just get home, and I love cooking, by the way. I'm obsessed with cooking, but I also love to just get home, order a nice Chinese takeaway, watch a movie. I will switch off instantly. As soon as I walk in that door, I'm switched off. I don't have to look. I don't, like I said to you, I don't go and buy the newspapers. I don't do any of that sort of stuff. So I keep myself away from it when I'm not in it. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So and I love it. And I think the Twitter world knows, because I use Twitter a lot, and I do tell people, like, not that they want to know, but I'll say something like, it's Chinese night tonight, and then I'll realise that it's closed because it's a Monday night. And then you'll get people from all over the country going, well, you should come up this way because it's open on a Monday night. And, you just have this great conversation with people. But my life's very, very normal at home. Very normal at home.
You were mentioning to me off the air, and you used this phrase, your second chance. And you say the whole jungle experience was the beginning of your second chance. Where were you prior to the jungle?
Right.
That you thought...
Well, I'll explain what happened. 1997 was the peak for me, because 1997 I was selling out arenas, and it was the ultimate dream. I did Wembley Arena. That was my dream. It was fantastic. Then